Good afternoon, loved ones. Another car video. Again, this looks like it's going to be our setup for a little while. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for loving me through the process of figuring it out. So, today's topic, the thing about growth, right? So the thing about growth, we all go through things. We all go from wanting what we have to wanting something different, and life is just growth in general. Like, life is from babe to elderly growth. So if you think about it, when you're first an embryo in your mom's womb, or your children, think about your children, either way, that little embryo starts out a small thing, and as time progresses, that embryo grows and grows, and then the mother's stomach, abdomen, womb grows to make room for that child, that baby, that embryo that's growing into a fetus. And as that embryo grows, the mother grows, belly expands, milk starts to produce in the mammary glands, and certain changes start to take place to allow the growth of this baby. Then the baby's born. After 9 months of growth, you went from a little bitty fetus to a full baby, full-size baby. So the baby's born. Now the baby has a whole nother level of growth, from baby, newborn, to 18, which is considered an adult. Then it has from young adult to mature adult, and then from mature adult to elderly adult. So life from the beginning, from the very beginning, when you're an embryo, starts as growth. And I think the thing that we as human beings miss a lot of the time is that anything you want is a growth process. So let's just say you live in an apartment now and you want a house. Let's say you want to buy a house. Well, that's a growing process as well. The banks are going to have certain requirements, certain income requirements, certain credit requirements. Some situations you even have to save enough money for your closing costs and all of that. That's a growing process. You have to go from a person who has a mentality of renting to a person of the mentality of, I own this, I have a mortgage, I have responsibilities. If the roof needs to be repaired, I gotta do that. If the plumbing goes awry, I gotta fix that. So that's a mental growing process. And in that process, one should acquire certain things to help them to deal with being a homeowner. They should require a little bit more responsibility. They should acquire a little bit more discipline to go from that apartment renter to a homeowner. There's a transitioning there. Okay, so let's go back to the baby in the mom's womb. So let's just say we didn't take the growth process. What are the possible complications of a baby going from being a little bitty embryo to a full-grown fetus ready to be delivered overnight? To say one day. One day it's an embryo, her tummy is flat, and the next day she's a full belly, baby's ready to be born. Number one, probably a lot of tears and disorders would come to the mother from such a large expansion overnight. And I can't say that it would be good for the baby's development to grow so rapidly either. What if the heart doesn't develop properly, or the lungs, or the liver, or whatever important internal organs doesn't develop because it didn't have the proper time to incubate? That's how a lot of things are in life. We want certain things, but we rush, and then we're like, oh man, I did that and it messed up, and we feel all these different types of ways, and it's not because it situations it takes to get to being in that new place. If you're a person and your current income is $3,000 a month, but you want to be a person who makes $500,000 a year, so to go from that person making $3,000 a month to $500,000 a year, a lot of growth is required, right? A lot. So first of all, you gotta take some mentality growth, some spiritual growth, and probably some physical growth, because to be the type of person that earns $500,000 in a year, you're probably going to need to be, a somewhat healthy person, unless you're just like really good with some type of computer situation or system or what have you. But in my opinion, part of having a successful life means being of some type of optimal health, to where you don't have a lot of health issues. How are you going to make money if you're constantly in the doctor's office with hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, asthma, whatever health issues? If you're constantly back and forth to the doctor, it don't leave you a lot of room to make money. So health is important in that type of growth as well. So when you wrap your mind around the fact that you want that, whatever you believe in, I believe in God. So if yours is source or the universe, Allah, whatever you believe in, that's the spiritual part that you got to give yourself. The fact that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that what you want, what you desire is attainable, and that the best will come to you. Anytime that I feel nervous about anything that I desire to get or anything I'm aspiring to get, I say to myself, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Because if God is for me, what can I have? So I say that to myself to remind myself that there's a higher power at work for the greater good of Angel, right? So, like I said, whatever you believe, it's totally up to you. But I know there's a higher power working for my greater good. So in knowing that, I have to put my spiritual self in a place to know that this can happen to me. This $500,000 a year can happen to me. So I have to go from the mentality of seeing that $3,000 to believing in that $500,000. And that takes time, it takes growth, it takes practice, it takes endurance, it takes building perseverance, it takes discipline to get to that point from wherever you are. You know what I mean? It takes you understanding that there is going to be a journey here, and there's no need to sprint, because it's going to take time. And I think we as human beings will come to the understanding that there's no need to sprint, to understand that the best is meant to happen to you, and to do your best to get there, to growth. And when you're faced with obstacles, when you're faced with situations where you're like, man, I can't believe this is happening, just know those situations are for a valid reason. They're to teach you, to bend you, to grow you, much like that baby in that mother's room. As it grows, she grows to fit that baby. So whatever thing you decide you want in your life, whether you choose it or not, you're going to grow to fit that. So even if you don't make a choice, and you don't, you know what I'm saying, you're going to grow to fit something negative in your life, or something that you don't want, or whatever, because you haven't made a choice. Your life is just going to evolve to whatever, and that's going to have its own levels of chaotic. So when you decide you want something, that growth is the expansion of allowing things to happen, allowing yourself to go through things, allowing yourself to understand that no matter what comes your way, what happens, accept it, humble yourself enough to work and grow through it, because it's only making you better. It's like going to school, studying, and let's just say you fail the test. Okay, you failed the test. Dang, I failed the test. Okay, so what that tells you is that you need to study harder. So if you study harder, guess who should pass the test next time? And if you pass the test next time, that means you're advancing in whatever it is you're studying. Let's just say English. And if you keep advancing, at a point you will be advanced. If you're in college, you have English 1, English 2, so on and so forth. Literature, you know, it's been a while, y'all, so I can't remember all the college courses, but it's a progressive place until you get to the point where you have a diploma or a certificate or whatever it is you're going to school for. So that growth is something you have to allow. It's something you have to welcome, actually. Even when it's painful, even when it's painstaking, even when you're like, yo, I don't think I can do this. You have to persevere. Because that's how you get to where you want. That's how you grow into that person who goes from making $3,000 a month to $500,000 a year. Because you persevered. You took English 1, you took English 2, and you went on to get your diploma, and you went on to graduate to a place that was where you were now a student. Now you are a scholar who has graduated to be whatever you were going to school to be, whether it was a doctor, nurse, you know what I mean, teacher. Now you've graduated to that point because you went through the process, you went through the growth, you went through the experience, you went through the journey, and you allowed it to do what it needed to do to change you, because each thing that happens in your life changes you. You can let it change you for the good or for the bad. It's all in choices. We as human beings, the one thing we always have is a choice. Even if you don't like somebody and somebody wronged you, you have the choice to hold a grudge and be like, I don't like so-and-so because so-and-so and so-and-so. Or to be like, you know, I don't like what they did to me, but I have a choice in not dealing with that person. I have a choice in not thinking about that and dwelling on that and not letting that interfere with the life that I have going on, and keep on shining like the star I am. You have a choice in everything you do. And that's what makes growth difficult and more difficult, because sometimes we make choices to be resistant to the growth. And when you make the choice to be resistant to the growth, whether it's voluntary or involuntarily, conscious or subconscious, you make a choice. And if you choose to be resistant to the growth, it's going to take you longer and it's going to be more painful. I can see things coming at me now when they start to come at me, and it's like, wow, okay, I can tell that is requiring me to grow in this area, so let me let it do what it do and go ahead and get that in, because if I don't, it's going to come back again and it's going to hit me harder next time. So let me just go ahead and do what I need to do the first time. It's like if you had a strict mother growing up and she told you to go do something and she told you twice, that third time, guess what? Guess who finna get the black knocked off of them, or the white if you white, or the brown, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Or you gonna go on punishment, you know what I'm saying? But mama finna let you know she's tired of playing with you. Life does the same thing. If you put your desire out there and this is what you desire, and you're not conforming to what you desire, life is gonna spank on that booty until you listen. Whether it puts you in timeout and now you're like a hermit, or it spanks your booty and now it hurts. Whatever the punishment is, think of it like that. If you don't get it right, there are repercussions, you know what I mean? So it's up to you to decide how harsh you want the repercussions to be, because they can be smooth, or you know what I'm saying, it can be rough. It's like that song Woman to Woman. She said, and I don't, you know, you can be cool or you can come out the bag. So it's your choice what you want to do. You can be cool or you can come out the bag. So you get to decide that part, boo-boo. But growth is a part of life that you can't get around. You're going to grow negatively or you're going to grow positively. That's the choice you get to make. That's the choice you get to make in life. And if you don't make the choice, one will be made for you. You know what I mean? It's like, and remember in school when you take the standardized test and you didn't get to answer them all, guess what? When that machine get to counting them, wrong, 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 wrong. You don't get credit for what you didn't make a choice for. So life is the same way. You're gonna get some results you don't like if you don't learn to make the decisions and the moves that you need to, the moves that you know you should make. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, y'all. I just wanted to share with you all my point of view and what I'm experiencing about growth and my big epiphany about how growth works and my acceptance to grow to the life that I want. I want a different life. I want to be more affluent. I want to be more successful. So that's requiring more of me, because it's a choice that I decided. And when I put my desires out there, I know I have to put some work in to fulfill those desires. You can't go from making 3 stacks a month to 500,000 a year doing the same thing. If you show me somebody who did that, I'd be like, yo, I need the secret. But I actually appreciate the growth that I'm going through, as it is making me a better person. It is sending me in a better direction. It is giving me a new level of thinking. When you grow to the life that you want, your thought process changes. There's more freedom in your thought process. There's less what I call mental jail, right? You see people walk down the road and they're free. They're free as a bird, but they locked up in the mind. Their mind locked up. Their mind only thinks so far. It's like a jail cell. I think it's 4x8 or whatever, however big a jail cell is. I don't even know that. But however big a jail cell is, you can only go in that space. And a lot of people, because they refuse to grow and let growth take place, they can only go in that space of their mind of what they know. They can't expand to thinking greater or other things because they're locked into what they know. So, that's an unfortunate situation, and a situation that I pray to be able to help people with at some point in my life. But for right now, I'm freeing myself, and I hope you all watching me on my journey helps other people to free themselves and come out of these jails and be free outside and inside and inside. Because it's required to live that happy, healthy life. All right, y'all. Until next time, peace.